Good day. This is Teresa Federals from Growing Businesses Using Projects, bringing you yet another video, this time on Microsoft Excel 2016. I'm going to set up a dynamic Gantt chart and exclude weekends and holidays. My intent with this and every video is to ensure that the ordinary man can understand what is being taught and apply it. So what are we looking at today? We're going to format. The sheet headings, task and calendar. I'm going to create a table for holidays. I'm going to use the workday function to get the finish dates of the task. I'm going to use the weekday function to color weekends using conditional formatting. I'm going to color holidays using the match function. And I'm going to set up a dynamic Gantt chart. So what's a Gantt chart? It's a bar chart of schedule information where activities are listed on the vertical axis, dates are shown on the horizontal axis, and activity durations are shown as horizontal bars placed according to start and finish dates. So let's get started. So I'm in Excel. In Excel, I have set up Johnson Farm Limited. A lot of the setting up of this was done in a previous video. I'll leave a link to that. Basically, you have the task, the WBS code, the numbering, you have the duration, predecessor, start date. So what we have to do is to get the finish date. So one of the things we have to do is to create a table for holidays. So I am going to go and change this format. Just a minute. I'm going to go and use date and use this format. I prefer this format where you have the month in front. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to call this holidays. These are our holidays in Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm creating a table with these holidays before we start doing the workday function. So then we're going to have equal to workday. And here they're asking for the start date. So we give the start date and I put a comma. And then they want the days, which is the duration, and put a comma too. And the last thing they want is the holidays. Now because I have holidays as a table, I can just type it in and close brackets and it will come up. Now you're seeing a figure. Basically dates are stored as figures. So now we have to change it. And I'm going to change it using the long date. So what is this saying? This is saying if we start on the 27th of March, with 3 days, we're going to end on the 31st of March. But I forgot to do something, so let me go back into the formula. You see the workday formula? Let me do it here. The work days in Excel starts the following day. What do I mean? If you have something starting on the 1st for 3 days, it is going to miss the first and then count the other 3 days. So you're not going to get the exact match. So in order to get the exact match, you put the start date and you take away 1. And so that will give you the exact match. So let's go again. So now it's ending on the Wednesday the 29th. I'm going to take that formula and I'm going to go right down the list with it. And we get all the end dates. What I'm going to do is move the num. Now there's an error formula we can use for it, but it is much easier to just delete it. And let us check. So I got in a calendar. Let me just move it across. The 27th of March is the start date. So let's go back to March. So that is the 27th here. And it's saying the finish date is the 29th, 28th, 29th. Okay, so that's right. Now this one is the 31st of March and it's saying the finish is the 4th of April. And it's 3 days also. So the 31st is 1 day, it misses the 1st and the 2nd because remember I told you it excludes weekends. And it goes to the, so you have the 31st as 1, the 3rd as 2, and the 4th as 3. So the 4th of April, so that is right. Now we come on to the 5th of April, they have a start date on the 5th of April, so let's go to April. It's starting on Wednesday the 5th, and it says it's ending on the 11th and it's 3 days. So why is it going to take so long? So you have the 5th of April, and then you have the 6th is one day, but 7th is Good Friday. So that one counts. And then the 10th is, and then you have the weekend, and then the 10th is Easter Monday, so that one counts. So you're going to have the 6th, the 11th, and the 12th. Just a minute. This is 3 days. It starts on, it starts on the 5th. It starts on the 5th, so that is 1. Then you have the 2, and then you have the 11th is 3. So it excluded the Good Friday and the Monday and the weekends. So at least you realize that it is excluding the holidays and the weekdays. So let's move on. So now we are going to continue with the formatting. We want to put the dates. So the first date is the 27th of March. So we're going to put the 27th of the 3rd, 2023. All right. Now we want to, we just want to have that as a short date. So I'm going to go into custom, and I'm going to take day and month. So we have the 27th of March, but we want to flip it. So we go here, and we come to rotate flip up. All right. And when that cursor comes, we can pull right down, and you see you're getting consecutive numbering. How do you get it in a smaller format? You can just go into format on top, and we are looking for column width. And the column width we use here is 2.5. And you realize you get it small enough to pull it even further and to get the duration up to the end of this project. I'll do it offset and then come back. The next thing we want to know is 27th of March. What is it? Is it a Monday or Tuesday or what? So we want to find out about this cell up here. So we are going to go into function, and this box is going to come up. We're looking for date and time, and then what we're looking for is weekday. Weekday. And it's asking us for a number, and the number you're going to give is this one, because this is what we are concerned with. And when we click OK, we're going to get a number 2. What does that mean? You go in back into time again, and here you are going to just put DDD and put OK, and it is going to tell you. Alright, there was nothing wrong with it. It's just that here is too small for it, so it has the Monday. Let us do it for Tuesday to just go ahead again. If you wanted to do the function for Tuesday, you go to date and time, and you get the weekday function, and it's for this day now, and you get a 3. You go back into here, go back into custom, okay, and what you can do, day, and click OK, and just open it out, and you see Tuesday. So obviously we need to do something with respect to this. Just before we do it, let us pull this right along so we will get all the other days. And what we need to do is to block everything and go up and invert. So we're going to rotate the text, you see, and it's obviously too small. Let's rotate this one again to, it's obviously too big. So we will change that to a smaller one. So this is how you get it, and we're going to ensure that everything is in alignment. Like what we did, we went into format, column width, and we are using 2.5. Okay, and just pull this down here so you get the last 2 days. Okay, now what happens next? Now we want to put in weekends and to exclude weekends. So we're going to do some conditional formatting. So we have blocked the whole area. We're going into conditional formatting. We're setting up a new rule, and we're going to use a formula, and the formula is going to be equal to weekday and open brackets, and we're going to say we're looking for starting with this cell, but before we move on, we're going to move the $sign. We're going to put a comma, put a 2, we're going to close brackets, and we're saying if that is greater than 5, Then we go to format, and we want a fill. So we're going to fill, and I want to fill it with this color. Click OK. OK. And you have the weekends. You realize, let's go Saturday and Sunday is colored. Last two things we have to do, one of which is to determine the holidays, to be able to see the holidays. So we're going to block the whole area right down to the end. Here is open, and we're going to go to conditional formatting, new rule. We're going to use a formula, and the formula is match is equal to match, open brackets, and we're going to take this H2, all right, and we're going to put a comma, and then we're going to put holidays, because remember holidays is a table, comma, and we're going to put a 0. Now before we move on, we're going to move the $ from in front of the H, and then we go to format, and we're going to take a pattern. So we're going to take this pattern. You can choose any pattern you want. Okay, okay, and you realize Spiritual Baptist, the holidays are here. So how do we get the formatting, that Gantt chart adjustment? We are going to go into home and conditional formatting, and we're going to have a new rule. Again, we're going to use a formula, and this formula is the AND formula. We are trying to see if two conditions apply. We are looking at this date, 27th of March. So then we're looking at H2, and we're going to be comparing H2 with F3. We're going to be saying, is H2 more than or greater than the start? Is H2 less than or greater than or equal to the finish? So let's see how we write it. H2, okay, H2, is it more than or equal to the start date, which is F3, comma, and then we are going back, is H2 less than or equal to the finish date, and we close. So we are saying H2, is it, and we are using F3 here, and then H2, and we're using G3. So that before we leave, we're going to take the $ from in front of the column reference, and in terms of the row reference, we're going to move it from in front of the row. I'm going to leave these formulas in underneath the video, and then we go to format, and we're going to take this color, and we're going to say OK, and we realize we have gotten it dynamic. If you have any comments, you can leave it for me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Bye.